some music. Sound.
Mike, hey everybody, welcome. It is another Thursday night, and it is the NLG show on and live. And look at this beautiful crowd we've got down here, and a beautiful crowd in the chat room all ready to rock and roll. Man, what a great night! How is everybody? Everybody good?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
I'm doing pretty darn good.
You survived.
We did. I know. I know we are one day closer to the weekend, boys. How?
Yes.
So actually, it is the weekend for one of us here.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m. here, live in the UK.
As my wife says, it is Friday Eve.
Friday Eve.
Well, I've been off since October. It feels like weekend all the time.
Oh, that's right, because you're recovering, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing? Finally, it's nice to be on here finally. It's been a long time in the making.
It has been, man.
If you can make it, Daz can make it. Daz has no excuse.
That's right.
He's got to work, but fair.
Yeah.
It don't matter. No excuse.
So, everybody, I want to tonight is kind of a special edition of the NLG show. We've got great guests. I mean, one of which who has been on before, but one of which who's coming on for the first time. But both of them are now a member of our wonderful Gamers United Guild. So I want to welcome in on my I guess it's everybody else's left, my right. He is
right.
Is one of the founders of the Xbox Ultimate podcast and Friday night get your ass kicked in Halo gaming if 3-bit is on. It is Mav. What's going on, man? How you doing? Fun speculation.
I'm doing awesome, guys. What a nice surprise we found out yesterday about this. It was Stubz surprised me, actually. I was streaming some game. I don't remember what it was. And he popped in. Was it Call of Duty? Yeah, Call of Duty campaign. Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, check your DMs." And I was like, "Hey, okay, what's going on?" I see my DMs, and I'm like, "Whoa, hey, this is a surprise!" So holy crap, that's awesome. And the funny thing is I had Stubz podcasts playing in the background, like lowly, so I could kind of hear what was going on. But I just missed that when they had invited him as well. So I'm super happy for you, Stubz. That it's amazing. You definitely deserve it. And for me, guys, the honor is all mine and my wife's as well. Because to me, that's what it is. It's an honor. That's what the Gamers United Guild means to me. It's like it's an acknowledgement. It's something that says, "Hey, we want to be associated with you." Right. And that means a lot, so I greatly appreciate it from each and every one of you guys and everybody else that is part of the Gamers United Guild, because this is an amazing community. And we're just going to keep spreading that positivity about gaming to the world through content creation and talking about games. So thank you so much, guys. And thank you for having me tonight to talk about that. And also to talk about games and whatever else we may end up talking about. So it's awesome.
Yeah. And you know what? You encapsulated why we wanted you in this guild. And what's really funny is that we just skipped over the whole we're going to ask him if he wants to join thing and just say, you know what? You're in. It's like the mafia. You made you an offer you couldn't refuse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows what we would have said if you would have asked, right? No,
right. So, and by the way, real quick, that chat room is filling up quick with a bunch of awesome people. Want to shout out Indie Gamer, who's under the weather tonight, and actually,
and his sister also is.
So we want to
prayers.
Very fast healing to both Indy and Indy's sister, and prayers up for you guys. Indy's just such an awesome guy. He's one of the best, and so we wish him and his entire family just well in health and getting better. tomorrow night I'll add you guys to our healing prayers. It'll be really weird if when everybody else is saying people's real names and I go indie gamer, but it's okay.
Well, you done it for me.
I have done it for you. I appreciate that. We still got to get you up and healing. And speaking of that voice that you hear off in the distance, I want to introduce our other new member of the Gamers United Guild, and a long time coming and a long time having here on NLG. Is my brother Stubz, who has 2 now, well, actually 3.
Oh, yeah, 3.
Great shows.
I'd like to thank you. I mean, the Gamers Guild and the support and be supported movement is something that I've supported for a long while. I mean, because Graphic God kept talking to me about the support and be supported movement even before this group of gamers came together with all the podcasts and joined up. He kept talking, but I never knew it's going to be like a movement. I didn't know that, and ever since the movement has got going, I've always wanted to join. It's been like a dream. And then last night, the buggers decided Stubz is in live on air on his show. So the DM opens. I'm in the Gamers Guild. So I was lost for words. So I rushed to YouTube to get one of the older intro videos for one of the videos for the Gamers Guild. They're downloading it while I left my panel chatting. So I downloaded it, uploaded it, and I was a bit lost for words. And I'll have to clip it. You lot probably, if you heard it, probably heard me a bit emotional about getting invited, well, basically voted in or whatever into the Gamers Guild, which I really appreciate because it shows you that people. I have one of these things about podcasters because a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I love your content," but it really shows that people do when they genuinely say they mean it. Because I think it's a podcaster thing. Sometimes you think, "Oh well, they're just saying it," but I think it shows that a group of people, a group of content creators really believe in your content and enjoy what you're doing, because it's like the Stubz cast. I never thought Stubz cast would be going now. It's to interview content creators and get their perspective on how they got into gaming histories, and offer information on how to get into YouTube or streaming or any form of content. Even though I do heavily focus on gaming, in the future I could invite a different kind of creator on. So I hope as well it helps people get into the YouTube game as well. But I've recently started another one, Community Spotlight, where I spotlight beloved community members that ain't as such content creators. And then I've got a midweek gaming show as well, where we talk about what's going on in gaming or certain subjects. But it's just really nice to be in the Gamers Guild, and I really thank the lot of you, because it's incredible being in such a great group of content creators and people. It's just I'm lost for words, really, to be honest. Still, that I got in finally. A few people knew that I wanted to.
Well,
Infinite kept voting no, but we outvoted him.
Don't tell him that.
He just had to be on record.
No,
just in case what happens in the future. Yeah, I told you guys.
Yeah. But no, Matt, you are quite new to the community as such, and I've been watching your rise, and your content is very good. And especially when you took your podcast live and you added your wife Caitlin into the dynamic,
who is in the chat room, by the way, and I want to say hi. She couldn't make it.
Caitlin.
She couldn't make it tonight, but I wanted to make sure that people that we recognize her too as part of Xbox Ultimate, part of the guild, and really have a lot of fun, not just talking to her but gaming with her. She's awesome. She really is.
Yeah. It offers
better half, as we all know. We all got our better half.
As I said, we know who's running things.
But no, yeah, Mav, you were a great part of the Gamer Guild. When you took it live, that dynamic. I tell you what, I could be wrong, but I don't believe on YouTube, especially in gaming, there is a podcast where husband and wife are on the podcast together, and that dynamic really works. And the way you're all about community and supporting each other, and that's the support and be supported motto. It's very good. It's all about community, and you've made a fast rise within the community, and it's very well placed in the group.
And well respected, and
yes,
and I think I've mentioned this before, but the get involved in the gaming nights with you and Caitlin and Lupa and Cyber and 3-bit, yeah, or 3-bit, but you know, and you know, Pong and the group. And welcoming me in as you did, and Chris has played, Peter's played with us, and we've all, you know, that has been really therapeutic for me in the last couple of months, and I mean, that to me, it was just like a no-brainer to want to get you to be, you know, more part of what we're doing. Stubz, you as well, more part of what we're doing, because this is really, I like what you said. It's a movement, and you know, there's a lot of places you can go out there to get your fix of arguing and you know, console warring and you know, that side of the world. And if you're looking for places to go that you don't have that, you can just talk games and have fun and be around good people. I mean, we now have the only night that a Gamers United Guild show isn't on is Monday. That's otherwise there's now content all through the week for people who just want to get away from the nonsense and come be with some really awesome gamers. And so it's an honor and a humble pleasure to have both of you guys in the group. So
thanks, Mike.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Thanks for the kind words, also, Stubz. It's same to you, man. It's like you're definitely one of the people. So you're right. We are new to the community. Like me, I've been gaming my whole life. I've been playing Xbox. You know, I didn't really get the YouTube thing or anything until just recently. I decided to, hey, I'm going to make a podcast. You know, I didn't even know you guys existed. I didn't know Stubz existed or any of these people. But when I discovered it, I discovered kind of all of you guys at once, right? And I looked up to you guys. I watched the stuff. I learned from you, all of you, like how you interact with the chat and how you talk to each other, the kind of questions you ask, the Stubz, the way you conduct your interviews is amazing. One of the best interviewers out there in the community of gaming, in my opinion. So it is, again, it's just an honor that you guys want to have anything to do with me with that. And my wife also, you're speaking to the game nights as well, right? So for us, you know, it kind of makes me like super happy when you say that, because, you know, for me, gaming is a social experience, right? And it's always has been, and we have a lot of fun playing with people and everything. And it's kind of gotten away with that as we've grown up, you know, and a lot of my friends I used to play games with online kind of moved on and done other things, and they don't play as much anymore. And because of the YouTube thing and meeting all you guys and being on my friends list and on Xbox and stuff, we started playing games online with friends more, and it's brought that back. And the amount of times we've heard different people say now, hey, that was like the best time I've had playing multiplayer gaming in like years. Thank you for that. I was like, that means the world to actually hear somebody actually say that now, because that's what gaming is about, you know, to me. And it's just awesome to hear you say that. I've heard it from a couple other people, and it truly makes our day. And again, just awesome to be here. So let's talk about some fun stuff.
All right. By the way, we've got another.
Stubz.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Stubz, thanks for the super chats. Gamers United Guild supported and be
right
supported.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you,
and I want to give a quick shout out to George Games with a Q, who joined our membership. And George, you're in the description. I did not yet get a chance to put you in the outro video, but you will be in next week's outro video, I promise. Just so you know, that's one of the perks of our membership is you get listed as a friend of NLG in our outro video and in all of our videos and stuff. Plus, you guys might want to check out that I have added some new emojis. Go ahead, Peter. Peter, we have a new friend.
I don't see it.
new
It's
friend.
laid down here. Whoa, welcome.
It's
to
the
Friends of
rain.
NLG.
It's the rain.
Yeah, thank
Beast
you,
on Gears and Halo.
for joining
Thank
us.
you so much. And I wanted, so I'm glad you mentioned the chat room and stuff. When I'm doing this, I don't get a chance to type it out as much. So I really quickly want to say hi to a bunch of people. DragonHeartYOBY, who hopefully after he gets done with his brother at the farmer's market, will be back in time for a question of the week. Goatforce Gaming, welcome in. I saw you earlier on Twitter say that you were going to join us tonight. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. Hope you stick around. I want to say hi to Brother Lance Jennings, Brother Jeff Rule, Michael Garvey, who, if you guys had not seen, we started a new show on Saturdays once a month called M Squared. Had a really good time the
Excellent.
first time. Yeah, it was really fun. Niall, who's our streamer over on Twitch, one of our stream team members. Brother Rich, Bacon Ice Cream Productions. Great guy, and has some really cool stuff. I got to tell him about what I told you guys about what I'm going to do with my phone later, with the retro stuff. Let's see, I can skip over Fastback and me and everybody else from here because you guys are all here. Brother De Niro's in the house. OEB Pete. So Mav, I told Pete about this gaming night because Pete's a big time Halo player. So I'm gonna get him. I'm getting him in, and we're gonna get him in to play Halo with us one of these Friday nights. So.
Heck yeah. Hey, also for everybody that doesn't realize, so also on Saturdays, like before we started playing after our podcast on Friday nights, Mr. Tushy, a big part of the Xbox community, has a community game night. For us, it's during the day. It starts at 3 p.m. my time. But this week they are playing on Saturday. They do it on Saturdays. This week they're playing Halo as well. Okay. So Saturday, and also the GBTB guys are going to be joining in with that this week as well. So and then usually after Mr. Tushy's game night again, then Noof Nukem has his community game night that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
On what would actually be our game night on Saturday nights. I don't remember everything they're playing this week. So check those out as well. So don't want you to miss out on the Halo on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Niall says, "Wait, Mr. What now? Just go with it.
Yeah,
Mr.
Go with
Tushy.
it. Go with it, Niall. Go with it."
Mr. Tushy, he's a co-host of Midweek Gaming. Yes.
All right, folks, that I still Big Daddy Game Studio. He's in tonight. Welcome. Of course, I said OEB Pete. That's my Canadian brother from another mother, and another Gamers United Guild member, of course. Let's see, brother Pong Soul. Let's see who else. Panda Sub 2000. I tweeted out on our NLG feed a video from Panda Sub 2000 on Cyberpunk. No joke, it is one of the best and probably most entertaining yet, I don't want to say yet, entertaining and kind of down the middle straight Cyberpunk videos that you are going to find. The quality, the production quality is fantastic. Dude's got awesome videos. Please go check out Panda Sub 2000. Caitlin, of course. Shizno Elite, brother Shizno's in the house. Masuko is in the house. I know Masuko from a bunch of other podcasts chat room, so please welcome in and hope you enjoy. Infinite, brother Infinite. Dude, what do we say about Infinite? He's like just awesome on top of awesome.
He's infinite.
I want to say something until he pays.
I still Rain. I thank you, and thank you for joining the Friends of NLG too. That was very cool of you. Just want to make sure I am not missing anybody. Jago's in the house.
Jago.
My sister AssassinLupa's in the house.
Yeah.
Geeks with Cash, another great channel I've stumbled onto thanks to the kind of OEB Pete retro area. Good stuff from him. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that man. And I think if I missed anybody, I am so sorry. I'm going to try to keep up with the chat. Dude, Prophet. Yeah, I saw Prophet punch in. Brother back from the dead's in the house. So man,
Bacon ice cream.
Yep, I got Brother Rich.
Okay.
Got Brother Rich. So we got a full. God, I can never
That's
get over
fire.
this.
Panels on fire.
Panels on
Great
fire,
night.
chats on fire.
Yeah.
I will never get over how this is what this is all about. So anyway, before I start crying on camera, and Monkey Punch, Brother Monkey Punch. Okay, to my left, right, but your left.
What?
I know. He's our official beard representative for NLG. He is also he's got the best trucker hat, gaming trucker hat. I love it. So, and also just one of the most generous guys that I know, one of the most friendliest guys I know. He is likely always in your chat, Brother Chris. Oh, and Go Game Go. I got something for Go Game Go in a second after I talk to Chris. Brother Chris, how are you?
Hey, I'm awesome. Awesome to be here. It's always great to be here on Thursday nights. Our chat, our friends are great. But tonight is special after last night, getting Stubz and Mavin to the guild. It was a nice surprise. And then, afterwards, me, you, and Peter, hit up some Hive Buster gameplay. And
It's good stuff.
God damn it.
just overall, this is just tops up the week. And then tomorrow's Friday. So,
Hive Busters, did you like it?
yeah, we haven't beat it. We got one more chapter.
Did you mention Gears on purpose? Because I'm on the show.
It just happened to,
Yeah.
it's an accident, but
Cool.
now that you're here, we might as well bring it up.
Yeah, we could talk. We could talk some Hive Busters
Yeah,
now
we
that
can.
now that
we
we've
can.
gotten almost all the way through it, no doubt. Actually,
but no, this is great. This is what it's all about. I mean, this goes way back. When I found Mike, NLG way, man, I don't know, 2015 maybe.
something like that.
And I started out in the chat, following Mike and Peter and Crazy One and a couple other guys that were in there back in the day. And I've always said that this was home. This is where I felt comfortable to be. You see all the craziness out there in the Twitter world and some of the gaming community, real negative. But on NLG, Mike's always just been, hey, it's about gaming. Let's have fun. Kind of chill. And over time, as I gotten to know Mike, and then coming to be on the show and stuff like that, we just always wanted to foster a positive gaming community, and just to see it just grow and grow. And a long time ago, we talked about forming up a kind of like a group together where to support each other, and that well, it's been just over a year, right? About a year that the Gamers United Guild. So to add Stubz, which I've been following you for a long time.
Thank you.
You had me on the Stubz 101.
Yep, as was me.
And what I like recently is I've been told off Indy is he's now seeing how I was then to how I am now in interviews. A lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one with words, and it's Mike is being part of the NLG. Also, I think I've improved a lot in how the podcast. But I think at the same time we're all just real. We're just being ourselves. We're just having fun, and so it's been awesome. It's great having you, Stubz.
Thanks.
We've interacted in DM here and there, and but now welcome to the family. Welcome to NLG family. So
thanks.
And then Mav, just having you come. Maybe it's a good thing you just came in here at the you weren't here, with all the trash and all the crap that was going on in 2013 and 14 and so on, right? You kind of passed all that. You came at the right moment. We got a great community now, and it's just awesome having you and your wife, knowing y'all and joining in on the gaming nights and then your Ultimate Xbox podcast on Fridays. Really appreciate you guys, and you guys just fit, both of y'all. You fit with us, and we're, I'm beyond words. I appreciate you guys. And everybody in chat, the chat just gets getting better and better, and it's awesome seeing. Appreciate everybody that's joined the NLG membership, and stay tuned. Next week's the last week of this month, so stay tuned. Members, we'll see a giveaway, and we'll be also, the NLG Gamer of the Month also. So we appreciate you guys.
All right. And then, speaking of long time, going in June, it'll be 5 years.
Hey.
My brother from the next state down.
From the next day.
The next day, one of the few people I've actually met live.
Yes. And survived.
And survived. Realized how much taller than you really are.
Yeah. So I'm sitting down here low. So
that's right. I got the chair jacked up so I could feel better. So no,
you're looking down upon me.
No, never. No, but he is my brother to the very end, and he's just become one of my dearest friends, and he's in the game, he's in the podcast, he's in the show. My brother Peter, we're in the gears.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun last night.
It was a lot.
It was last night's event. The time flies, and it's so weird.
Does.
It's like,
did y'all play through the whole thing?
Almost,
yeah. One chapter to go.
We're old school gamers. Got to go to work next day.
Yeah.
Kind of got late.
No. Yeah. Plus, I had to get that last couple minutes of Plague's Tale in. So.
Yeah.
Is that game just longer than I think it is?
Maybe you just suck in solving those puzzles.
Speaking of that, it was funny. Like this week, I was like, "Hey, babe, let's find something to play." And I was like, "I really need to finish Inside." Right? I hadn't finished it yet.
Nice.
So I was like, I sat down, got ready. We're like, okay, let's play it. Like we got the mood set or whatever. And I grabbed the controller and I played. And then less than 1 minute later, I beat the game. I left it. I had no idea. I had left it with like 1 minute left.
Have you done the second ending?
No, I haven't done the second ending, but
you need to do all the achievements and then you can get to the second ending.
Okay. Well, we'll do that next. Yeah, it just kind of ended. I didn't know that. I'm not going to tell you how. I'm just not going to tell you how it ended. But I'm just saying I wasn't expecting it to end, and that was a surprise.
It's kind of
Mike's reaction to it
reminds me of the way if hopefully everybody's played it by now. The way Inside ended. And I've actually got that. That's a video series on our channel, and I went. Who was I talking to? That we were talking about game ending. It might have been you, Stubz.
Yeah,
was it you?
Lord Cognito and Indie Gamer.
Yeah. We were talking about the end of Inside, and Indie Gamer's right. And I showed the video of my reaction. To the end of that, and I want to say that Peter and Chris might have been either in the party chat while I was finishing it or something, and it was one of those game endings where I just went, all right, so now what's gonna happen? So do I get up? I can't, and I'm like, I can't move. I mean, the stick's not working.
Oh, no.
And then the credits roll, and I'm like, what the hell did I just say?
I think you got a bit confused there. Mav was talking about Inside.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was playing it. We only had a minute. I didn't know we had a minute left.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Plague's Tale. I got confused. Okay.
No, I haven't played Plague's Tale yet, which I need to.
You do.
Yeah, it's a Sobo, right?
If you don't like rats, so be careful.
Yeah.
I work in pest control.
It's freaky.
I love them.
The game is freaky. There are parts of that game that are just downright like, yeah.
I've heard good things. There's so many games though that I want to go play. But
that one is definitely worth a playthrough.
Yeah.
Well, I played it because when I had Lord Cognito on the Stubz cast, he was not impressed that I hadn't played Inside, so I made it my mission. So I completed it twice.
Right on.
Then I'm on Limbo at the minute. Sequel to it.
Yeah, Greedfall also. Is
I think
on
Limbo
Game
was
Pass.
the first.
Oh, sorry.
Limbo's the first game. So, and Niall, I'm on chapter 13. Oh. And I agree with Juan too that Microsoft should pick up Asobo.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
So,
did you know they made some of the like board games, like Monopoly? I think was like Asobo.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I was surprised. I think I'd looked them up and saw like they had actually made some of those as well.
Huh.
That's just like a multifaceted studio, I guess. That has a deeper history than I had thought.
That is interesting. I didn't know that.
Okay, so video game Recore.
Ooh.
Really? Fuel. You remember Fuel?
I vaguely remember Fuel.
It was like that ATV racing game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just like a bunch of different kinds of games you wouldn't actually think about. Disneyland Adventures, Zoo Tycoon.
They did that too?
The Crew 2.
Yeah.
My kids loved Zoo Tycoon.
Let me if I'm wrong.
Pour another one out for the Kinect.
Yeah. Hey, talking about the Kinect. Talking about the Kinect. Here, back. Here it is. Oops.
Oh.
Stuck in the bag.
Nice.
Back up.
Yeah, Monopoly Plus.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Monopoly Plus.
You said Crew 2? They did the...
Yeah,
I guess they did that for Ubisoft.
For Ubisoft? Okay.
Yeah, the Crew, Connect. So not just the Crew 2, but the Crew as well, and Monopoly Plus, Connect Rush, Fuel, Racket Sports. Yeah. I mean, the weird thing is we kind of just started really talking about Asobo in recent years, right? With Flight Simulator and everything, Plague's Tale. But I mean, this goes back to.
They got a lot of pedigree there because they do. Yeah, they need to pick up that studio. They do a lot, just multiple types of games. So,
check at PS2. They made Toy Story 3, Up, WALL-E, Ratatouille, Garfield 2, CT Special Forces, The Mummy, Sitting Ducks, and Super Farm.
Oh, I'm seriously impressed.
The most important or the most current one, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is still
impressive though, really, when you think about it. But isn't the Zoo Tycoon IP? I know I hate to use this word, but I'm pretty sure the Zoo Tycoon is exclusive to Xbox.
Yes. It's owned by, I think that IP is owned by
It's published
Xbox.
by Microsoft Studios.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The new one.
Fragment, Young Conquer, Recore. It also lists Quantum Break.
Did Asobo have... Did they?
Quantum Break.
Well, they might have helped with it.
Huh.
Yeah. Wondering what part. It's interesting. This is according to... developed by Remedy Entertainment, published. I don't know. Maybe it's a mistake though.
No, because it's listed.
Which game?
It's listed on their website.
Yeah. Oh, on their website too. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just look at.
Here we go. Asobo Studio. Oh, you want to grab that real quick, Peter, and I'll read this off.
All right. Hey, thanks, Infinite, for the super chat. It's going to be a great show, NLG. Much love. Congrats, Stubz. Long time coming, buddy. And Mav, welcome. Well deserved. Everyone else, hit that like button.
I love you, Infinite.
Thanks, Infinite.
Thank you, Infinite, brother.
Brother. Asobo Studio is happy and proud to have been invited to be part of this awesome development. We brought support in the following domains: animation, lighting, FX, code, and sound design. So that's what they did for Quantum Break.
Okay.
Wow.
So
I mean, studio, it's just always been a gun for hire. It seems like to make something good, you know.
Well, it seems like
I'm wondering if they bring if Soba gets brought in to fix the projects and get it out of the door. It's like
I don't know, and maybe they like that. I mean, they do. There are those kind of they used to call them middleware. That I call these folks like middleware designers, where developers, where they come in and they're hired by the bigger companies to port games and to do remakes and stuff like that. Who's the other big one that's out there? Bluepoint. Bluepoint is another big one that's out there.
They're being acquired. Were they acquired by Sony or being acquired by Sony?
There was rumor, but I don't think it actually happened.
They need to be. Totally smart, they should.
Yeah, they made Demon Souls the remake, right? Yeah, that looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep. They did that. They did they had a number of different games. They did the God of War collection. They did the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection. They actually had their hand in Titanfall.
Stand by for Titanfall.
Did you know, Chris, that they are in Austin?
Are they?
Blue Point Games is in Austin.
They
Texas.
are.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Austin is a big. They've got you take San Francisco has all the, but Austin has grown a lot. It's a big scene now for gaming companies.
Yeah. Now Sumo. So Indie Gamer said Sumo did that sort of stuff too. Sumo just got they just got bought. Who just bought Sumo?
Sumo Digital?
Yeah. Who just bought them?
Tencent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it Tencent?
Did Tencent? Did they
I
get
don't
them?
know. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me.
You're probably right.
I mean, there's some,
31
some big
I
ones
believe.
that are trying to snag up a lot of,
Yeah.
big devs like Tencent and Amazon and, with Luma and Google,
I have
Microsoft too. In some sense, I think those are the four that are really competing for buying up a bunch of the big ones.
Yeah. But
Doesn't look like Sony is really going that route. What we've read so far, it's more like trying from within.
and that's okay. That's they've got the studios to do it.
Yeah,
Works so far for them. So
Yeah, very much so.
I mean, more is not always better.
Not necessarily.
No,
You're right.
studios.
No, you're right. But I'm trying to think. They did. Maybe they were on the talk of getting purchased, but haven't yet. I'm looking at Sumo, and I'm not seeing where they had been purchased. So maybe they're still.
But wasn't the one of the guys that had created the part of the was bought by Epic.
David. You mean David Jones's CloudGen?
Yeah. 'Cause he
Now-
was working with Sumo when they were doing Crackdown.
Yeah.
yeah, because they acquired the technology. For this groundbreaking tech for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Epic Games acquired the technology, so Microsoft were left with no tech.
Right.
Start from the ground up, but people didn't. When the media backlash came, they didn't bring that fact up that they got the tech taken off them. It's a bit, you know what I mean?
Well, they
Tech
used
demos.
they used that tech in the multiplayer, but then Sumo came in and did the entire single player, and it was totally different.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if anybody's even playing the multiplayer. I remember going in there just once out of the blue, and I mean it was just empty. I'm surprised the servers are even still up. So, and who else was there? Codemasters. That whole weird thing going on, where I think it was somebody had stepped up to buy Codemasters. It was Take Two. Well, Take Two
originally,
and then EA just came in with a big ass deal, and I don't know if it's done yet. But
Take Two's
it's
removed.
practically done
they've
because
removed their bid.
I think I don't know if it was upper management or whatever they practically agreed. So now it's going to the regulations and stuff.
sort of like
So basically, nobody will be able to come out with a higher bid, and they will change.
Yeah.
course.
Yeah,
So
they're in
it's
that. They're in
pretty
that
much a
waiting
done.
period.
It's pretty much a done deal. Unless,
oh yeah, Take-Two formally withdrew its offer in January this month. So
right. But I think
big,
this
'cause
week
my
or the last few
news
days
covered
that's
it.
when they.
Normal news, like in TV and that, and a lot of the media in the UK covered it. So it's like Take-Two removes their bid so EA can, you know what I mean? Stuff like that doesn't normally make the mainstream media in England, but it did. Slow news day, I reckon.
This makes me wonder.
The board of directors agreed to terms of EA.
Okay.
So that basically
It's
is
done.
it's, at
Yeah,
that
it's done
point
deal.
it's a done
Sounds
deal
good.
unless
unless Microsoft swoops in for $2 billion,
yeah.
they're not.
I mean,
they're
At that
not
point it's
covered.
kinda, I believe it's like binding. So even if
Yeah.
Microsoft comes in there,
I think Codemasters, that they have a good pedigree studio. I can see them being like Respawn. They're gonna sit there and like, look, we're part of EA. Thank you for the money, but we're gonna do it our way. And because I think Respawn has done that too.
And then EA's gonna
Push
say,
back.
EA's gonna say no problem and shutter the whole studio.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
Well,
just want that Formula One.
But, yeah.
That's a big market. So.
oh yeah. Well,
That's like the only big IP really that they have, though. I mean, Dirt's kind of big,
Dirt's-
but
Yeah,
it's not
it's-
like you can make another rally racing game and
Yeah.
it can easily be as big as Dirt. You know what I mean? It's not like Need for Speed, right? Need for Speed is
Rally
a
Sport
huge
Challenge.
IP, right?
Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
they've got
there's WRC is
Mhm.
so you can IP wise, Codemasters didn't really have anything for them to go after. So this is about development talent.
yeah.
This is about the
agree.
engine talent, development talent, stuff that they have the ability to pump out content, which EA actually has been kind of lacking in the amount of games that they've been able to put out. Remember back in several years ago, they kept saying, "Hey, we're gonna make this transition," because they had been putting out a bunch of crappy games, and then they had made this transition. Then they said they're going to focus on the AAA experiences. Well, they did that, and for the most part, it's been okay, except two things. They haven't actually put out that many games, and the sports franchises have gone real downhill for them. So, and those have been the annual games. Like their annual stuff has not done well, but the stuff from like Respawn has been the stuff that's been good.
right.
So Battlefield's waned, stuff has not done good for them. So
Right.
Getting a studio like Codemasters, they can get more content out that's quality, right? And I think they need that.
And Peter made my ears perk up because Peter, Dice is at EA.
Mhm.
Imagine a Dice / Codemasters Rally Sport Challenge 3.
Yeah.
Or call
Nice.
it whatever you want to call it. Call it Rally Sport. Just call it that.
It's called Rally and be
Just
done
call it
with
Rally and be done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Rally.
But yeah, I mean, Codemasters had that Formula One license to 25 or possibly beyond. So that's the reason why EA was very big on this
Yeah,
acquisition.
that's probably the one that would be like, okay, that's icing on the cake there, right? That
I mean, they have all the sports, big sports licenses.
yeah.
FIFA's massive.
FIFA,
mhm.
NFL.
Yeah, but they're running into an issue here with their sports games because they've gotten so heavy on Ultimate Team, and that's become such a huge part of their profits at EA. And now it's under some scrutiny and some legal issues with some countries. And me personally, I am against that 100% now because of the way that they're implementing it, like on Madden and other sports games. They have gone too far down the deep end on that stuff, and it's such a high percentage of their profits. if legally they can't sell that stuff anymore, they got some interesting decisions to make on how they're going to do their business, right? They're kind of stuck in a weird place right now with that, I think.
I agree. In some countries, they might have to make their FIFA because they say it's gambling. They might have to make it an adult game, and that will seriously hit them.
Yeah, and then they have whole gambling regulations and stuff. They have
happened already.
Stuff, and
Yeah.
who knows what.
You know, Geeks with Cash said something a little earlier in the chat too. Activision's not much better. Took them, you know. I got to tell you, I do agree with that. I mean, back in the day, Activision was like one of the just such premier. Had every, you know, there was a couple of developers back then or publishers back then that had the really hot licenses. Activision had Spider-Man and James Bond, and they had id Software at one point, so they had Doom and Quake. You know, they had this, you know, beyond Call of Duty and all that. They had this brilliant stable of games. THQ, in its original form, had an incredible stable of IP, and a lot of the kids stuff, you know, SpongeBob and those kind of things. But then also had the UFC license before EA took that. Activision now is like a shell of itself. It's basically Call of Duty and Call of Duty.
Activision Blizzard, right? So you still got
Blizzard. All right, so you still got
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And that's basically it, right?
And Diablo. Well, you got Diablo.
Yeah. And Overwatch.
Oh, that's right. Overwatch is Blizzard. But is Overwatch...
Lost Bungie.
All right, so let me ask you guys this. I mean, I played Overwatch when it first came out, like everybody else. I know our brother Anchorman Ivan was really into Overwatch. I don't hear about Overwatch as much anymore. Is that game really still as relevant as it was, you know, 2 or 3 years ago?
Still getting big views on YouTube. A lot of the big YouTubers are getting
still
big.
Still an esports league.
Yeah, there's a big market there still, but you are right. It's not talked about much on podcasts.
I think they're going to do something big with what kind of happens with Blizzard is they kind of fade into like this disappearance for like what seems like a year or two, and it's because they're so deep into work on all of what's next. And we're about to probably see a wave in the next like 2 or 3 years of a bunch of Blizzard stuff that's going to be super popular. And we had this same talk before the new StarCraft came out, and remember like what's the card game they have before that came out that took off really well, and then they had Overwatch come out, and all this stuff kind of hit within like 2 or 3 years, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, Blizzard's actually on top of the world again. You know what I mean? And so I think they'll do that again. I mean, Diablo is coming, and that's going to be insane. And once that's out, then there'll probably be a flow of content after that.
I remember, and Stubz, speaking of Gears, you got Rod Ferguson over there with
they want to worry then. They want to worry.
Yeah, and Ibarra.
In charge of it.
Yeah.
They want to worry.
So,
I don't know. I kind of like Rod Ferguson. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
You know,
Coalition done a great job in building the studio. Great getting all the talent over there. And the Gears 4 and Gears 5 were good. But I think at some point in your career, if you've been working on a certain franchise for so long, it's time to go. And I think it was his time to go.
Well,
and it will thrive now.
Where was he? Now, when Microsoft brought, what they were called Black Tusk, right?
They were.
And they asked him, they wanted them to do Gears.
Yes.
Right? And so, but then they brought Rod Ferguson on, right? Where was he at before that? Because
I don't actually.
They brought. I didn't think they brought him in because he was
with Epic.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
so they must have brought him in. Hey, help us get this Gears going, and.
But they were asked. They weren't forced to. They were asked if they wanted to do Gears.
Yeah, they were asked. Yeah, and but I think Rod Ferguson came in to help get the thing going. Now that he got it going, he left to. Now he's over there on Diablo. So I mean, it's curious to see how he'll handle Diablo.
Diablo will become a first.
Is he in
person
charge of Diablo? Is he in
Third-person
charge
shooter.
of that game over
Yes.
there? Or
Yeah,
is
he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's something fresh for him. He might do really well.
Yeah.
You know?
He might. And then we got Mikey Barra. I think he's over there in Activision. I'm trying to remember. what
That's about all you could say. He's at Blizzard
know.
now.
Yeah. I don't really care for him, but
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So Activision also had Sekiro. They had the Crash Team Racing, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. They had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. But and also the new Crash Bandicoot that came out. But the big loss that they had is Destiny. Losing Destiny for them is massive. I think it's they're going to feel that for a long time.
You look into this stuff, Mav. Did Bungie buy their way out of the contract because there was still 2 years to go? Is that right?
I'm not sure how that ended, but it's kind of interesting because, like, if you go back to the history of Bungie, right, they were kind of like part of Xbox, right? Well, even before that, they had kind of been making games for Mac, and then they got bought by Xbox, sort of, like, to be able to get out of that somehow later after making Halo is kind of weird to me. That actually was a thing that happened. You know, like, okay, you're a part of our first party team, and you also have created our best franchise ever. But yes, you can walk away as an independent studio. So I don't know how that deal worked out. I got to read into the history of exactly the contracts and everything that was involved with that. And
But
then
Microsoft still had, like, stock in Bungie.
Right.
Don't you have,
Yeah,
like,
but the weird thing
10%?
about Bungie is, though, they have all these bad relationships with companies, but they always blame another publisher. It's someone else's fault.
Yeah.
Not theirs, ever.
I think that goes to some of the high ups at Bungie, especially at the time. You got some characters there. You know what I mean? Really talented characters, but then they go and they say, okay, we're independent now. We can do what we want. Then they sign a 10-year deal with Activision, and it's like
from one devil to another devil.
Well, and to a lot of people, that's a worse.
devil.
That's a worse one. You know what I mean? So, and that was interesting that they did that. Now they got out of that, and they have their franchise to themselves, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do next because, do they want to do something beyond Destiny now, or are they just going to be stuck doing Destiny forever?
They have something. Yeah, they have something in plan besides Destiny, but it's in the same universe, I think, but it's different.
Yeah, I think they got funding from a Chinese company. It weren't Tencent, was it?
No, it was not Tencent.
Well, they got a deal with Tencent. But I think it's a mobile phone. It's a mobile game.
Oh, okay.
NetEase.
Are they going to self-publish or the next game? Or are they going to make another deal with somebody? That's the thing, right?
Well, don't forget too that when Bungie split from Microsoft, not everybody went. Frank O'Connor stayed, and I mean Frank was kind of one of the big brains behind Halo. He wanted to stay behind and continue the franchise because that was his baby. And I mean, I remember I met him in when did Halo come out? Halo 2. What E3 was that?
2004.
Yeah, what E3 was that? I met him in like 2003 or 2004 when Halo 4 was coming out, and I mean, he was kind of the one you think of when you think Halo. Like when I think Destiny, I don't know who's at Bungie to even name. But if you tell me, if I know who Frank O'Connor is, I don't know who anybody at Bungie is, and I always joke that Bungie split off from Microsoft to go to Activision because they didn't want to make a Halo game. And what did they do? They made a Halo game. I mean, Destiny. Destiny is Halo with a different coat of paint and some PvE. I mean,
because the ghost shells that they use in Destiny, there's some of them shells in Halo as well.
Yeah, and it's okay. That's what your if you notice, there are development studios that are so proficient in one thing. It's like a it's like a composer. John Williams. We talked. I think we talked about this while we were gaming.
Yeah, we did.
With SuPRCooPR. John Williams. Every John Williams soundtrack, whether it's Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., all that, they all sound the same. Superman, they all sound the same once you listen to them back to back. And as I proved on the piano, they're all written in the key of C. So, I mean, developers are the same way. There are some developers that specialize in a certain type of game. And if you look at, I take Naughty Dog. Now, let me, follow me on this. Yes, The Last of Us and Uncharted are two different games from a story perspective, but you guys can tell the similarities in the two games from a design perspective.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Third person, over the shoulder, very story driven, very single player driven, very big set piece. There's what a Naughty Dog game looks like. You know what a 343i game would look like if they made something else other than Halo. Would kind of look like Halo because that's what they do. So, what is going on in the chat?
Somebody's working out. That's what's going on.
Profit.
I don't know what he's working out. Definitely his eyeballs.
Yeah.
Eye muscles.
Jim creeping. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Dude, like even if you go back, Bungie, like was it Marathon? I mean, that's almost similar to Halo as well,
Myth.
right? Like with the sci-fi theme and everything that they're going with. So.
Yeah. So. Hey, real quick, I keep meaning to do this, and this is my my wife says I have ADHD. So when I go squirrel, Go Game Go. I saw him earlier in the chat. I hope Go Game Go is still in the chat because I want to. I've been meaning to shout him out and say thank you. Him and Jeff and Stu. They had a guy on. His name. He's got a. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he has a channel called Shmuptastic, and there he is. And I won this book called Shmup Ascension, and if anybody doesn't know what a shmup is, it's an acronym for the term shoot 'em up. So your vertical or your horizontal. Thank you, Dace. Your kind of horizontal or vertical shooter. Darius Gaiden, 1942, Time Pilot, those kind of games. So this book, which I won, actually gives me tips and tricks on how to better my score. And believe it or not, there's some good stuff in this book. So I just wanted to say thank you for this. I did read it, and as I'm getting back into my retro shmups, I've been trying to kind of take a couple things here and there from this book to see if I can make myself better. And it's kind of.
Are we going to get a shmup tip each show in the end?
Ooh.
Closing arguments.
Could do that. My final thoughts, right?
Final thoughts.
Actually, which
Shmup of the week.
yes, Shmup of the week.
You're all just a bunch of shmups.
Yeah.
We will be Friday night.
I'm a Shmups Blue.
Yeah, it's a fun. By the way, Go Game Go or Go Gamego as we call them, really fun channel. A couple of really great guys. We're gonna have them on soon. As soon as I can get Stu to figure out when his band schedule is, so that he can make it on. But these are some really, really cool guys. And if you like retro gaming too, especially, Papa Pete's not in the chat room right now, but him and Jeff there, they play some old Nintendo stuff, and it's just a different feel. You just go in there, and it's almost like it's like walking into an arcade and just talking with your friends. So, and anyway, that's my plug for Jeff and Go Game Go and the good stuff they do. Okay, so we got off on a nice tangent. I like those tangents. See, this is what it's all about. Just whatever. I just why I had no idea what we were going to talk about tonight, because really, I mean, yeah, there's some news out, but I didn't know what we were all interested in. So, spending an hour just talking stuff. That's my favorite kind of podcasting, to be honest with you. So, but did any of you guys actually grab Hitman 3 yet?
No, I was this close.
I am this
and
close.
It's because Microsoft all of a sudden they had some Bing reward points. Like, hey, if you buy Hitman 3, you get 6,000 points. It's like, okay, that's $5 discount. And all of a sudden it disappeared. And I got so like,
No, it's
Really?
on there still. I saw it there today.
you saw it there today?
Yeah,
maybe they put it back up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I
Maybe
that
that site is
definitely
broken and it doesn't refresh correctly. I don't know. It's like, yeah, that was close. And then I thought, well, I'm still playing Valhalla, so that's gonna take me a while. So probably by the time I'm done, I'll pick up Hitman and probably for who knows, closer to half price.
Because you know the other.
But I
Hitman-
definitely what I did pick up was last week. I picked up Hitman 2 that was on sale for like $10 or so. And this week they have the extension pass for Hitman 2.
Mm.
And if you have those two, if you get Hitman 3, you can play all those missions within the same Hitman 3 engine, and it takes up far less space than 2 ever was.
I got a story about that. My dad's got Hitman 1 and 2, and he purchased the expansion pass for Hitman 1 and 2 in the PlayStation 4 store, right? And he bought it on record. It's there. He's paid for it. He's uninstalled the game, everything, right? And he can't get the expansion pass that he's paid for to work. And there's no way to contact PlayStation support or anything. There ain't. So he gave up with it. But he's got the Hitman 3 now. I've got Hitman 1 and 2, but
Yeah, I got
find
one
them a
already.
little-
So yeah,
I find them a little bit hard. I do.
it's
Yeah,
a
that's what I was
different
telling
mindset
Peter.
than just you know.
I know.
And there's no way to do it. You know, there's no way of doing a perfect way of play through it. Like everything, there are many ways to reach your goal.
Yeah, I think
That's
that
kinda-
there is, but I was telling Peter last night that I felt like, because I played Hitman 1 and 2 and I really love those. Hitman 1, but 2, I felt like, because it's episodic, right? Hitman 2 was episodic.
Yeah.
And
was
the 2?
was
Wait,
it?
I think Hitman 1 was the episodic one,
Yeah,
and
I
then
can't.
and then 2 came out all at once. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Don't know
I'm confused because I remember playing Hitman years back before they did this episodic stuff.
Well,
they had also like changed where it became more of an action game for a little bit on the 360, right?
Yeah.
And then it went back more to the old school Hitman, which is what we love. And the first one that they came out with, which was Hitman,
Yeah.
on the Xbox One, that one came out in stages, like it was episodic.
yeah.
release. And then the Hitman 2 was the last one, and that one came out with all of the maps at once, I believe.
I was not a fan of the Xbox One version. I don't know why. It just.
It's not easy, Mike. It's
Not.
It's pretty. It's a grind. It's tough to figure
I felt
out.
like the AI is like real sensitive. That it felt like you almost had to hide in the restroom or something. You got to be real careful. Any AI that just looked at you, and I get it.
Well, it's the same thing with Assassin's Creed. Even though you're cloaked, and it's like
know,
you walk
yeah.
down there, and it's like, oh, you're suspicious. It's like, what the hell am I suspicious? I'm just walking.
That's why I told
Get out of here.
Yeah, Peter's
I'm
like, how do they
walking
know
in.
I'm not the waiter, not the waitstaff? How do they know? I'm wearing the damn suit.
Yeah, I like.
Oh,
the,
Watch Dogs, same thing.
Yeah, I watched
dressed
that.
up as a thing like, hey, you don't work here. It's like, I used to. I did yesterday. Got recruited.
We all know the best Hitman game was Hitman 2: Blood Money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I like. So that was Blood Money was good. Silent Assassin was good.
Yeah,
I like Silent Assassin. And I liked Contracts. I thought Contracts was good.
Oh, yeah.
It just but you're right. When it got into that, when it started to get into the
like Absolution, I think is one of the name of them. But like I just it was too, like it tried to be cinematic and stuff, and it's like
it didn't work for me.
No, they had some decent levels and stuff on there, but I didn't really feel like playing through the story like that with Hitman, you know. So, but I'm definitely getting Hitman 3. I just haven't bought it and installed it yet. I'm planning on maybe doing that tomorrow because I actually want to stream this game and kind of like have the chat like kind of tell me like how they want me to make the kill. You know, that's my plan. Yeah. That sounds fun to me. So if anybody wants to do that, I think that's what I want to do with this game because I've never done that with a Hitman game before. You know, it just seems like it could be a kind of game to have some fun with that kind of stuff.
What's gonna be cool? I can't wait to see when they start showing 007. I mean, if all the studios that they are the perfect ones to do 007.
Yeah,
100%, man. Unless they make it like
depends on what kind
Absolution.
of 007 it is, though.
Yeah.
Is it going to be very, highly action, or is it going to be more like, the spy, more a spy one versus,
Well, I would admit the last
like
007,
guns blazing.
I fell asleep.
My hope would be to take the Hitman formula. You know, you have your 007. Let's say you make your own, right? Because 007 has changed actors and stuff several times.
Right.
Why not make yourself 007, right? So make your own 007. Put yourself in missions Hitman style with a big level, but you're 007. You have to do stages of a mission, complete your mission and stuff through this big giant level, kind of like the movies always do. You got the casino scenes and you got the action set pieces as well. But
get your martini stirred, not shaken.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Get the intel, spy on the people,
But is it
dialogue?
Have gadgets.
Is it going to be based off the book? Like which 007 version, because, like
Sean Connery,
Moore
or are we going to go
that different humor and all that. So it's kind of like, because you look at that, like Hitman. Hitman has no personality, right? It's just very dry.
Yeah, right.
So I'm curious to see the version of their 007. Is it Roger Moore? Is it Sean?
Well, it's an original story, so they could make an original character at this point.
Yeah,
right.
Is it being self-published by them? I mean, are they the ones publishing it?
Yeah.
So that's even better, right? In my opinion, because they have more freedom to kind of run with their ideas. It's not often that an independent studio, like independent publisher, independent developer like this, gets an opportunity to take a huge IP like this and kind of run with it.
Now,
are they a big studio?
Like we need to have some driving too, because the Aston Martin is so connected to James Bond.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, not so well, but not recently, if you remember, and not that I like this decision, but they moved from the Aston Martin to the BMW, which I didn't like.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
All right, so is it going to be German engineering, or is it going to be
over-engineered?
And they've had different cars in the movies, right? In the 70s, I think they had the Mustang in one.
Yeah, look at one of the Forzas. They have the
so
James Bond pack. So it has one of my favorite cars in there.
But to Peter's correct, the Aston Martin was the James Bond car. I mean that was the consummate.
I mean it's very
car.
When you think about James Bond, you think of and cars, you think about that one. Aston Martin, and not about a super BMW with a touch control something.
Yeah, but you have me looking. So you are correct, though, Chris, that in Diamonds Are Forever, he drove a Ford Mustang Mach 1.
Hmm?
So you are correct.
What year was that?
That was... What was Diamonds? Hold on. Diamonds Are Forever was the 6th movie, so that was 1971.
That was Connery, right?
That was Connery. That was the last Sean Connery one.
Yeah.
Because after that was Her Majesty's Secret Service. So.
SuPRCooPR, what's up?
Hey, Coop, what's going on?
Yeah.
Now we're having a party.
So,
I mean, he's just driven like Alfa Romeos too.
Yep. So I'm looking at
Octopussy, Quantum of Solace, Spectre.
Yep. He's
Moonraker.
Are you looking at the same thing I'm looking at?
Well, I don't know. I'm on Wikipedia.
That's
James Bond
that's what
vehicles.
Yeah.
AMC, Hornets, Matador.
He drove a T-55 tank in GoldenEye.
Cherokees.
We'll see him show up in a Mitsubishi Galant.
Aston Martin was in gold.
In a Mitsubishi Galant. He's
Her Majesty's Secret Service, The Living Daylights, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies. I mean, Aston Martin is basically D.
Yeah. I mean, and he drove an Aston Martin in Quantum of Solace. So they got back to that. And in The Living Daylights, Timothy Dalton drove an Aston Martin V8.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was the consummate car. When they moved to BMW, I was sad.
He's driven a Mercedes before.
Yep, and the man with the golden gun, he drove a 220.
Oh, he's had a Saab.
Yeah. He has had a Saab?
He's had a Saab. Yeah.
I just posted my favorite vehicle. I don't know how to say it in English, but Citroen.
The Citroen. That's it.
I'm with Scott P. I love
Citroen.
more.
Land Rovers.
A Citroen, mate. That's how you say it. A Citroen.
Yeah, that's the one he drove in From Russia with Love.
Toyotas.
Yes.
Volvo.
See, all right. So here we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Scott P. Roger Moore is the king of 007. Nobody can change my mind.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going down the panel. We're doing this. Your favorite James Bond, Mav.
Oh, like person?
Yep.
Like an actor?
Yep.
Oh, geez, dude. I'll probably get killed for this.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. One's got to go shit that you do on your channel.
I'm gonna be one that's about to get killed here. Because nobody is gonna agree with my answer.
You're gonna say George Lazenby, aren't you?
No.
He's gonna say Mr. Bean.
So when I was a kid is when I discovered James Bond, right? Mm-hmm. And this was the actor that was James Bond when I was a kid, and I thought the movies were a blast. They were like very gadget based and kind of over the top, and that was Timothy Dalton.
Okay.
So just for nostalgia reasons for me, that is my favorite James Bond because I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now we have to kick you off the
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, he was the thing
it
about
makes sense because that's what you grew up with.
Yeah. The thing about Dalton as Bond was he was also a heck of a lot more gritty. Like he was a violent Bond.
Yeah.
He was a very tough guy, kind of serious Bond. I have nothing wrong with that. So, Chris?
No, me is Roger Moore. I kind of like Mav. I grew up watching. My mom would take us to movies. I remember the first 007, and it had Roger Moore that I saw. So I just enjoyed his charisma and his sense of humor that he brought to it. But I enjoyed 007 overall. So probably, so.
Chris hedging his bets. Peter?
How many movies did each of these guys make, though, too? Like, some of them were like only in a couple.
Yeah, Dalton only had 2.
Dalton was in, yeah.
Yeah.
Lazenby was in 1.
Brosnan 4.
4.
Daniel Craig 5. George Lazenby only 1. Sean Connery had 2, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roger Moore 2, 4, 6, 7.
Yeah. Wow, Roger Moore had 7.
Yep.
Yeah. So yours was Roger Moore, Chris, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Peter.
Peter.
I think for me too, Roger Moore, because A View to Kill was the first. It was the first movie I saw actually in my high school theater. So that was like, whoa, it was fantastic. So that's
his name Walker.
And
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
So I have to be honest with you guys.
Timothy Dalton is all right. I think once we start having like Daniel Craig, the whole Bond
Yeah.
to kind of like gun blasting.
Yeah, he's very
Parkour.
serious about the.
Yeah, more like more brute force instead of like
that's
surgical.
what,
I think
It's not necessarily bad, but it's different.
Different.
I prefer more
Yeah.
the that's why I said like about this IO game. It's like is it going to be more the gun blazing Daniel Gregg kind of games or the other fellas?
Yeah, I think Craig does a good job. They've done an amazing job with the villains on the Craig movies.
Yeah.
on the Daniel
Yeah,
Craig
we'll
movies.
say
That's
that.
true.
We'll say that.
And I think Skyfall, like maybe my favorite Bond movie. Period. Just like that end scene, like it's almost like a James Bond goes home alone, and sets up the booby traps at his house, and stuff. It's like it's just awesome, right? I think he does a really good job. It's a different tone, right, for Bond for sure with him. But I have to be honest with you, Chris and Peter. I've tried to watch the Roger Moore Bond movies, and I can't get through one. I really I'll try, but I'm like, this is like one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
It's like watching made for TV. Like it's like watching like
you didn't like Jaws with the metal teeth?
Where do you think sharks with frickin' laser beams came from?
I know. It's just like I don't know. They're not for me. I think it's not Bond.
It's because those were like the late 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So, just the way.
I think it's the Bond that you saw first. That's the one that you
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one you're going for. But here's a funny fact. Like all the old Bond movies, I actually saw them on German TV channels, and they were all dubbed in German.
Nice.
And I didn't speak any German, but as a kid, you still kind of get the gist of what the story is about. But that was just funny. That's probably where I saw most of it.
Don't look 3.5.
Moonraker, though.
You got it right.
All right, Stubbsy, who's your favorite Bond?
Well, I'm about to get thrown off the podcast. I don't watch them, mate.
And
I've never watched them.
Wait a minute, whoa, stop. Wait, what?
I watched one when I was a kid, and that's about it, and I can't remember.
I'm
not a bomb. I don't watch them.
Oh, my, what?
He's lost for words.
I think they're about to revoke your Gamers United Guild membership there and stuff.
Hey, but it's never too late to start watching.
No, and if you have Amazon,
no, that's the first one.
Yes.
Give you a hint.
my son went through the whole lot of them. So, I'm actually the black sheep of my family. Even my son, who watched them all, was like, well, Sean Connery, because he was so cool. But I'm a Roger Moore guy. Like you guys, like Chris, View to a Kill was one of the first of the movies that I saw, and I mean it wasn't just because of Bond. I mean, it wasn't just because of Christopher Walken. I had a thing for Grace Jones. I'm not gonna lie to you. She was absolutely drop dead gorgeous in that movie. Bond,
she was in Conan too. She was cool.
She was, and she was in Boomerang. She still had her looks then.
Yeah.
But then I went back and was watching Moonraker, which was just hilarious. But yeah, you're right. It's made for TV, but that's what the beauty of it was.
Yeah.
Octopussy was a classic. I think one of the bigger ones that I really liked was Man with the Golden Gun. I mean, that was more of a consummate Bond movie where Roger Moore really had to be, he really had to be kind of the all-encompassing spy gadget. Of course he slept with somebody, but it was a, I grew up on those. Now I liked Sean Connery. I thought I did some great Sean Connery movies. I wasn't a big Timothy Dalton fan, but they were not bad movies.
And he had charisma too. I thought he did it just right with the charisma.
Yeah. He was just, like I said, he was more gritty, where Connery and Roger Moore were those suave, sweep the ladies off their feet, little one-liners here and there. I don't remember Timothy Dalton kicking up the one-liners in his movies.
He was a smooth operator, man. That Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan too.
He was okay.
Oh yeah, Pierce Brosnan. That's who I was talking about.
Pierce was okay.
I mean, those were, anything Pierce Brosnan and earlier, they were more like proper Englishmen. And then we get Daniel Craig, and he seems more like,
Yeah. Which is funny because Timothy Dalton was English too. I mean, he was from England.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, Tomorrow never.
That, like, I was gonna ask Stubz because he's from the UK. Does the 007, the Bond, have to be British? But since he hasn't watched them, we can't after that.
Yeah. But I mean, from being the Netherlands is close enough. I say yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're not that far away.
As Bourne is pointing out, Sean Connery is Scottish.
Yeah. I think it has to be from that neck of the woods.
Yeah. Well, that was always a big thing. Was that Bond was it had to be English, but so who said Mr. Bean earlier?
I did.
Because I'm not gonna look. Rodak, who is brilliant.
I like Mr. Bean, by the way.
I'm not gonna. Oh, I love Mr. Bean too. I think I've got the whole set on
what
DVD.
spy movie did Mr. Bean do?
Johnny English.
Johnny English.
I love.
I mean, that's kind of like
three
a
movies.
kind of a.
He doesn't live that far away from me, actually.
No?
I roughly know the area he lives in.
I will tell you, I like those better than I liked Austin Powers. Johnny English, because it was so trying to be serious.
Yeah.
He and Rowan Atkinson is he is outright brilliant.
Yeah, he's really good.
Funny enough, he went to the public school in the next town to me. Mr. Bean did. Yeah.
That's funny. See, small world for Stubbsy.
Public school, I mean, private, like your mum and dad pay for you, like posh school. I mean,
yeah.
No. Real quick, getting back to the game. One thing I think will happen is if you notice in the little credit area here, because Bond is also partially owned by MGM Studios, which really is where the books. There aren't really any books anymore. Ian Fleming, well, I think he died a while ago, didn't he? He's not alive. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, he died in 1964. So there's no more.
1964.
There's no more books. So I think that if you're going to get anything, you're going to get a movie style Bond.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised. I would be surprised if you got like a. If you got a Bond type person that wasn't Daniel Craig or somebody like that, I think you're going to get you'll get an English person who hopefully can do the part well, but it will be interesting to see what kind of game it is. I'm hoping that it
Battle Royale.
I bet it's going to be a spy thriller.
Yeah.
So we don't know when it's going to come out. So here's a question then.
3 years from now.
So if we're talking about that, well, if we're talking about that, we have that, and now we have Perfect Dark.
Oh, yeah.
So
Perfect Dark should be closer than this one, I assume.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, they I mean, what else have they been working on in the meantime?
Well, they've been working on poaching other developers' staff.
Yeah, but you need to.
And they've been there.
I mean, they were playing. They were showing Phil stuff, some gameplay, so something had to have happened.
Yeah.
You're still, I think you're still 2 or 3 years away from that Perfect Dark coming out.
I think it's late next year, early 2022. That's my guess.
Wow. Okay.
I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
But I think this 007 is the year after that.
See, 007 IP, are IO Interactive a big enough company to still work on a new Hitman game and produce 007 at the same time, or would they have to just put all their eggs into 007?
Unless number 47 is really 007.
Yeah, but I think all their eggs are on 007.
Yeah, I think getting out Hitman 3 now gets that out of the way, and now they can concentrate. Now, keep in mind too, they could go on a hiring spree and split the studio.
I mean, didn't they acquire somebody like last year?
Did they?
Studio? That was something. IO Interactive, yeah, I believe so. Because at first I thought like, hey, maybe they're up for to be acquired, but then they acquired, so it's like, okay, they're not looking for someone to buy them.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm looking, but I don't know. I don't know if they picked up anybody. Let's see. In 2004, Eidos bought them, but then they, I don't see anything. No, I don't see anything specific.
I thought Xbox would pick IO Interactive up.
I thought they would too.
Yeah, that would be a good get. Speaking of Xbox again, we're talking about Perfect Dark, right? But here's the thing, right? So if you talk about the fact that Halo Infinite was delayed to next year's fall release, right? They had to have already had something else planned for next year's fall big time game. Halo fell into that now, but what was already planned for that? Because there would have already been a game slated for the big first party fall 2021 game, right?
I think
is that
Hellblade 2? But
it's one of those, right? Yeah. Either the Initiative or Hellblade 2.
Because Perfect Dark, the showing that they gave at the Game of whatever show it was, I can't remember. They basically, I don't think they gave themselves a good showing at all. They made themselves sound like they didn't know what they were working on. Really, it might be this, it might be that. It was very vague. That's what makes me think it's nowhere near ready.
I think they know what it is. They're just trying to keep it vague for people.
Well, no, but it doesn't look very good though. Like showing it in that form, we should have left it. But
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, because
it's just a teaser.
But all the Xbox people would have been happy if they just showed the logo.
Yeah, I loved what they showed. I thought I thought it gave
the same thing like Fable too. They showed a little spiel. It's like
that's further. I reckon if you're talking about what game's the furthest away, I'd say Fable is. Out of the lot, I would.
I can see Fable next year, but
Yeah, I don't know.
You could be right. You could be right. I mean, it all builds hype. These games could be coming year after year after year. I could be wrong. But I think Xbox has got a great future ahead of them. I have.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's apparently 35 games in the works, but I don't really believe that at all. But
don't be surprised. I mean, you look at Obsidian, they've been working on 2 IPs that,
Yeah.
So, you got Avowed and work and,
you got Compulsion, who hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah,
even if it's 10 or 20, it's enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ninja Theory can make 2 or 3 games at once. They've proven.
Oh, yeah.
Now they got Project Mara, they got Hellblade 2, and also they just released Bleeding Edge. What was it? 6 months ago? 9 months ago?
Yeah. How close is
about a year?
Hellblade 2?
I think Hellblade 2 is pretty close.
I
think so.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 20 of this year.
They did the mocapping and stuff, right?
That's done.
Yeah.
Well, it's a British developer, so it's going to be the business.
Nice.
I lost some contractors thanks to the whole Brexit deal. Sorry.
I doubt it.
Let's see. What else is?
Jason Statham was awesome in Transporter. Yeah, I love that. The first one, it's like, to me, that felt like a fresh, a very fresh movie. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. The second
now,
one.
Before we move on to 007, who do y'all see as the next? Who do you see as the next Bond in the next movies? For me, I'm kind of looking at Tom Hiddleston.
That does make sense.
That does make sense.
I know it's not going to be me because my British accent is not
I'm not a 007 person, but I read a while back they were trying to put a female in the role instead.
Well, so this latest movie there, it looked like they were trying to kind of pass the torch over.
Yeah.
I kind of like what the heck was oh man, now it's another Tom. His
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. I kind of like him for that.
The women love him over here. The women absolutely are crazy for him.
Talking about him.
My wife votes Tom Hardy, but who she wants even more is Idris Elba.
How tall is Tom Hardy? He looks a little too short for Bond. Bond's got to be at least 6 feet.
How tall was
Tom Hardy's a little short.
How tall was Daniel Craig? He didn't seem like he was that tall to me.
Yeah,
true. But...
Here's what you do: is you cast really short actors for everybody else. To get their
yeah, and just with the right camera angle, he will look
That's
like
right.
a giant.
Exactly.
They do that kind of stuff, though. Like they actually do.
Kayla says, or Tom. I thought for a second I was reading wrong. Oh my God! For a very quick second, I thought you said Idris Elba or Tom Brady.
I've seen Idris Elba too. I think he would be great.
I think he would be great. Yeah. I think he would be great. But the thing about Tom Hardy is that he's done so many different roles now. The first time I really saw him was in Dark Knight Returns as Bane, and I'm like, well, that's weird. Weirdly not Bane. But then I saw him in
Mad Max?
No. It was a movie called This Is War. No, This Is War
he's a
with
great
Chris with Chris Pine. Not War with Chris Pine. It was him and Chris Pine. It was more of a it was a comedy kind of movie, but
it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah, which my wife and I enjoyed. We actually enjoyed it, but that he seemed like he could be. That's where I says, he could pull off a Bond.
His two best movies are The Warrior and Lawless.
The Warrior was great.
I mean, he's capable, but I don't know. I just don't see him as a Bond.
Yeah. I think he was fine in Venom. Jesus.
Yeah.
Venom. I think he was fine in Venom.
He's not allowed to be Bond, and here's why.
Okay.
Because he's supposed to be Sam Fisher in the Splinter Cell movie. Ooh. He was cast as Sam Fisher in the Splinter Cell movie. It was announced. Ooh. He was excited to play the role. And then, just like the Splinter Cell games, it has disappeared off the face of the earth. It has not happened. We haven't seen anything except them put Sam Fisher and other stupid things.
I was going to say, you're going to see
the movie.
Well, you'll see him show up in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. No, he did. He did show up in Rainbow Six Siege.
And in Ghost Recon.
In first person, shooting himself up with roids and smacking people in the face. That's not Sam Fisher. What the heck are they doing, man? So Tom Hardy has to be Sam Fisher before I will allow him to be James Bond.
I could be down with that.
Yep. Put my foot down.
He's drawing it in a line. All right. So, what else is going on in the world of gaming? Mav and Stubz, how much do you guys do in the old person's gaming arena? Those of us who are the carriers of the retro. So we got a bunch of retro.
I've got a Sega Mega Drive.
Okay, all right, that counts. Actually, shows you how old
It's not the packing one. It's an actual one you can put cartridges in.
Nice.
I've only got about 4 games for it in a minute. I got Sonic.
Okay.
Streets of Rage 1.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Actually, Lemmings and a theme park game.
Lemmings. All right, Stubbsy.
I'll play an old game if I can play it on my Series X.
See, I'm not actually.
So you're a retro star. OG Xbox, pretty much. Then.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that. The reason I asked is, and some of the people in the chat room will enjoy this, and Peter and I often talk about this stuff here and there. But I was wondering what everybody thought of the new Arcade 1-Up machines Jago's not. Jago's he's lurking and listening. He's not able to chat, but he's like the master of finding like the $50 one up arcade machines at Walmart. So
I do like them. They
Yeah, I
look
think he
real,
has an
real nice.
insider. So that makes
yes,
it
he
a little
does.
easier.
he does. But I was wondering what people's thoughts were on some of these new cabinets that they're coming out with. There's the 4-player X-Men. There's the Dragon's Lair games, which you can play on the Xbox One. I have all of them. There's a Killer Instinct one. There's a Pong table, and then there's a couple of these like multi cabinets that have like Capcom Legacy, where you get Street Fighter 2. There's like 17 Street Fighter 2s in there, and Strider and that kind of thing, and Pac-Man. It's got like 85 Pac-Man games and whatnot.
Wow.
And
nice.
Atari Legacy. So good night, George. I wasn't sure if I wasn't sure if either you guys were into these or not.
I want them. I told my wife that I need to own some of these and find some place in the house for them, because I've wanted actually some of those machines before. I really want the X-Men one, to be honest with you. I'm a huge X-Men fan.
Oh, hold on. Let me do the X-Men one first, and Pong asked me to do the Pong one. So let me do the X-Men one first.
Yeah. I played the heck out of that game at like the putt places, and bowling alleys and stuff when I was a kid, teenager, and I just loved the heck out of that game. And also like the Simpsons arcade game and the Ninja Turtles arcade game, all those like beat 'em up games and stuff, like it's super fun time. So I really want that one, and I want some of the ones that have already come out. I don't know if they're even still possible to get. I don't know if they get rid of them or
well, they do cycle some of them out, but you can find them at Best Buy and Walmart and stuff.
Yeah. So how much these ones cost? Like the one you've got on screen.
This is
a lot.
Going to be about $500.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's got,
and you have to assemble it.
Yes, you do. But it's X-Men, Captain America, and what's the third one? The third one is and it's got Wi-Fi, so if there are other people with cabinets, you can play with them.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's cool. That's new.
And NBA Jam is like that too.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 4-player. Okay. So what are the other games? Captain America and the Avengers and Galactic Storm. So that's this one.
Yeah, I want that one. Definitely. But what I wish is they would actually make a bigger full-size version of those and release those like as special editions or whatever. Because I don't think you can get those original size cabinets like purchased new anymore, can you?
They're pretty.
Like,
they're pretty close.
But they're expensive.
Yeah,
whenever I've seen them, they're always like a little low for me.
So you get the riser. There's the riser that you get to put it. You put them on a riser and then you can stand up and play them.
Okay, cool.
Now this one is for Pong Soul. This has Pong Doubles, Quadra Pong Sports, Circus Atari, Super Breakout, and Tempest. Now, what I'm surprised it doesn't have, having 4 paddles, I'm surprised it doesn't have a Warlords. That would be awesome. Oh, wait. Does it? Oh, yeah, it does. It's got Warlords on it.
That's a proper cheesy actor there.
Yes, it is. Hello. I don't play video games, but they paid me enough money to stand here and look cool in front of this table.
It looks like he's from the 90s, actually. Look at him.
I know.
I mean, that's some 90s haircut.
I know. Look at my unbuttoned top of my unbuttoned shirt. and my whatever belt I've got on. This is a nice looking. This is actually a cool looking table. I like the look of this one.
It looks like a Duracell battery, actually.
Yeah, it
does.
Trying to go for that
or Energizer, I mean.
Here you go, Pong. Here's the.
Is the top like completely flush, or is it like low?
It looks flush. Yeah, it's flush.
Okay, that's nice.
That is nice. That's a nice table. I think this one's also like $500.
Okay.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, that's
Here.
amazing. I just don't know if I could ever pay $500 to play Pong.
$550.
You know,
It's a
Pong with friends.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's
I
right.
hear ya.
Fine.
And then
Yeah. No
Tempest
offense,
and
Pong
Warlords.
Soul.
Tempest and Warlords. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
But these
Oh,
are the
okay.
ones.
And now you're getting into it.
Yeah.
You know.
These are the ones that I really. I almost want this for nostalgia reasons. The Dragon's Lair one. And this is exactly, if you ever played it in the arcade, this is exactly how the cabinet looked. With the two speakers up top and the score here. And this has Dragon's Lair Space Ace and Dragon's Lair 2 Time Warp. And there's some replayability to this because, Dragon's Lair was always, it had the randomness to the level. So, now Infinite's saying they sell Raspberry Pis with the, yes, I know. And actually, we were just talking about this before the show. I will disclaimer by I own all my games. I just installed RetroArch on my Galaxy Note 9, and it works perfectly. So I was considering getting that Razer joystick, the XCloud, the Razer XCloud Bluetooth controller to put around the phone, and then that could double as my RetroArch, and then I don't have to pay $100 for a new handheld. So.
Yeah,
But,
we were also what was it, 2 weeks ago? Looking at these ultimate cabinets, arcade cabinets.
Right. Because Bacon Ice Cream Productions had one. It's the At Games. Ooh, hold on. Let me not get spyware on my machine while we're.
Yeah. What not to do.
Right. Here we go. At Games is. All of a sudden, my machine is ransomwared. The Legends Ultimate Arcade, which this is if you want a box that's got a whole bunch. There we go. Brother Rich is still in the chat room. He says he loves his. This has 300 games built into it. It's a mix of arcade and console games. So you can see on the front panel. Let me see if I can get a closer look at it. At the front. The front has Super Star Wars Trilogy on it, which of course is the Nintendo, the SNES, Aladdin, which I think is from the Genesis. But then it's got Tetris, the arcade Tetris, the arcade version of Tron, Missile Command, Millipede, Burger Time, and there's like a ton more. And then Rich says you could add more via USB. So,
Right on.
Looks nice.
yeah, so here you go. If you're looking for, so that might be an alternative. But that's also, like I said, it's $600.
I don't think my wife would go for that somehow, really.
But
But if I ever had one, I'd have to do that thing Jago done with it. So there's thousands of games on it. I know
well,
it's
you
not
can do
legit,
that.
But...
You could do that with this, so you can add via USB. So.
Yeah, what I like about this one is you already have your dozen joystick buttons, balls, spinners, etc. So if you have one of the other ad cabinets, then depending on which one you get, you will have the right buttons for the games you want to play.
Well, and there's a pinball kit too that you can get to put on the sides.
Oh, okay. And I think the one from Sam's Club has those built in already, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's cool stuff. But I realize it's a little rich for my blood as I'm finding some other alternatives to do. So once I got my Series X and I took my 1X and put it upstairs, my OG Xbox One really had nothing going on, so I turned that into a RetroArch game. A RetroArch box. And if you want to see something really cool, guys, I know Peter's seen this. Give me a second. I'm going to grab You'll love this.
Are those walls yellow or gold?
Gold. Gold, goddamn it,
Wonka Gold.
Gold.
He bought so many chocolate bars.
Yellow and gold.
Gold. So,
Where's
about,
Daz?
about 15 years ago, I reviewed this on my website from X Arcade. They still make these. It's the X Arcade stick from X Gaming. This sucker has real like arcade parts in it, and on the back is a PS2 and a kind of a serial port. And what you do is you get connectors for different consoles. So I have a connector for the OG Xbox, one for the PS2, GameCube, and basically they now sell the connector for the Xbox One. So I'm gonna pick that up, and my Xbox One will be my my home version of my my Sega CD 32X and arcade box, and it's got also things on the side for pinball. And then I'll use it with the Xbox Series X if I wanted to play like with the Killer Instinct or Mortal Kombat, games like that. And so this I already have, and it'll cost me a lot less money than $600 to get myself together. So these are awesome, and these things are built. Like I said, I've had this thing for 15 years, and the buttons still work like the day I got it out of the box. So I was using this for games like Karate Champ, where you need both sticks. So, oh man, Graphic God.
All hail Jay.
All hail Jay. And he's on late. It's
Welcome, Jay.
It's almost midnight for him.
Yeah, it's almost 4 a.m. here.
I know. Stubz, you're hanging in there, brother. You are hanging in there. So, and I mean, probably easy enough to get us out of here a little early tonight so we can rest up for tomorrow night. Because
And make sure you eat your vitamins.
yeah, because they don't let you leave easily. I
One
have to.
One more.
Oh no, that's not how we do it.
I love that video.
That was awesome. What's really funny though is that for me, I get suckered into it. So all right, I'll play one more. One more. I gotta learn how to. I gotta take lessons from Peter, because Peter just says
he does fails.
Yeah, he just says I'm out and click
out.
and he is done. We go one more. He's gone. So,
yeah, I missed the last couple of nights because I've had to work on a Saturday. Man, I'm done. Like 9 o'clock, I'm like done. I end up going to bed early. I get up like at 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys do that. I can't do it. So.
Hey, we're in bed with Graphic God.
Yeah. True. So what else is going on before we move to our final thoughts? So it's a quiet week from a news standpoint, other than these kind of game releases and stuff. But what else is going on in the gaming world that we want to talk about?
There's Resident Evil stuff that just happened,
Yes, there is.
There's the Game Pass games that are coming in January for Xbox. It was pretty big. I don't want to just run down my topics for tomorrow, though. So.
No, let's not do that. No, because that would be fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. No, that's true. Resident Evil 8 is coming out in May.
May 7th, 4 days after my birthday, and it looks. I'm pretty happy about what I saw. It looks like a cross between Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 7 to me. Right, it's got that like first person feel of Resident Evil 7, but it looks like they're giving you more firepower this time to use, right? And the kind of pacing and set pieces and stuff of 4 and the environment of 4. So that's what I'm excited about. Looks awesome.
Okay. Next week we'll be able to. I know some of us will get to talk about the medium because I know I want to try to play some of that before the show.
Yeah,
So that comes out. That comes out Thursday. So.
And I guess I saw AssassinLupa mention Halo Infinite Beta.
Yeah.
Yes.
How I heard this.
Yeah, I'm going to be signing up.
Okay.
So.
Did you sign up, Stubz?
Yes. I know you're shocked. It's lucky you sat down.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, while we're kind of winding down here, it's almost like we're all getting ready to go to bed. Where is Yobi? So as we like to do here, DragonHeartYOBY asks us a very thought-provoking and very interesting question for us to bring up.
One.
Good night, Brother Juan. So I'll bring up our final thoughts and Yobi's question of the week. So we'll give him a minute to come up with that question. So what is on the docket for Xbox Ultimate tomorrow?
Oh, geez, let me go. We're going to talk about Xbox and making this push in Japan.
Nice.
There's lots of stuff that I'm excited about is coming, and deals that they've been making that we're seeing, and the possibility of Itagaki coming out with another game, and what that could possibly be if he's actually going to make a comeback, and he's got a studio and he's got a game that he wants to make, and he said he wants to work with Xbox. So that, just curious if that's actually a possibility. You're going to be talking about Hitman 3, some more. Talk about Torchlight 3 as well. So
okay.
If you guys check on the Twitter, Fun Speculation on Twitter, you can actually see my wife does this thumbnail every week for us now, where we actually kind of talk about what the topics are going to be, and she puts it on the thumbnail, so
nice.
You guys kind of have an idea of what to expect. Now, I'll say that it may change a little bit because this was made before the Resident Evil stuff happened today, so we may have to move some stuff around, and because I know we're going to want to talk about that for sure. So it's going to be fun. We have Spooky Sprocket, who's kind of new to Twitter, and he just hit 100 followers on Twitter, I think 2 days ago, and he's getting ready to start creating content and streaming. And he got his camera and he got his mic and stuff, and he's wanting to be part of the community. He's an awesome guy. He's been hanging out in a lot of the chats and playing with us on the playing Halo after the podcast and stuff. So he's actually going to be our guest tomorrow.
Very nice.
So excited about that. So you guys can also check out AssassinLupa and Pong Soul and 3-Bit. As well as my wife, Caitlin. So we'll look forward to having all of you there, hopefully, and then maybe play some Halo afterwards as well.
It's a dynamite panel you got.
It's
great. Again, great people, great friends. I mean, how quick I was able to induct AssassinLupa as my official sister. I mean, that's, so... if 3-Bit would quit killing me, I might,
Yeah, I don't.
So
that guy's nuts at Halo.
He is. So Pong Soul throughout the night, fluctuates. Brother, second cousin, twice removed. Depending on how well he's doing.
But hey, I'll say, I usually feel good about myself playing Halo until I play somebody like 3-Bit.
Yeah.
Right? Then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You got to remember there's always
somebody.
somebody.
Yeah.
But a lot of you guys that haven't played a lot of Halo multiplayer, that we've been playing, like y'all have been playing a lot more and been playing a little bit more consistently, and we play for a few hours,
I know.
And you guys a lot of you guys that haven't played a lot of Halo competitive multiplayer, you're getting better. You guys are getting pretty good. So I think these game nights are going to start to get pretty interesting. Can you imagine if we're doing this like 2 years from now, still playing like Halo, like on ultimate after hours after the podcast. You guys are going to be starting to become savages. It's going to get pretty it's going
Bloody.
to get pretty competitive. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of more teabagging going on.
Well, wait till I get OEB Pete in here, because like I said, he's a big Halo guy, and he's Canadian, so he's nice, but he's competitive as crap.
Yeah. There's some other guys that have been playing with this that are no slouch, like Steel Rain, who's a new member of your channel, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, he's really good as well. If you play against my wife, you're going to get stuck by a sticky grenade.
Yeah.
She'll get you. That's all she plays for, is to try and get stickies, I think.
Oh. Nice. Jago got his fridge working. There we go.
Nice,
good
Jago.
job, man.
Keep that food cold.
Nice.
Glad we could help keep you busy, keep you occupied while you did that. 'Cause I love Jago, man. Jago's my boy.
He's got to protect the beer. I mean, he can't drink beer.
No, he's got to have it ready for Tuesday nights. So, all right. So before I get to that, because I got Yobi came with the question, but I got to ask Stubzy. Stubzy, who you got on this weekend?
I got Pong Soul.
Brother
nice.
Pong
Brother
is going to
Pong.
be all right. Awesome.
Yeah.
I was glad to
Spotlight.
make Pong make his round.
He is, man. He's starting to. I've never seen somebody explode on the scene like that.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's in every
Well, I was
chat.
listening to Mav's podcast last week, and he kept saying, "I think Pong Soul's going to be next." The next thing, I booked him.
I knew it.
Nice.
That's
That's
what-
you
that's-
still can.
That's what you call sentence. What was it? Subliminal messages. I was putting it out there in the universe, hoping it would happen.
He did.
I'm sure.
Nice. All right. So, DragonHeartYOBY. Also, Yobi, we're gonna get you on here in a couple of weeks. We'll figure something out. I heard him on Retro Renegades on Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's solid guy on the mic.
He is.
So
Yes.
I'm looking for. We'll get him on here. All right. So his question for the panel and chat, of course. He said, Jago said, "Thank you for keeping me from beating the crap out of this fridge."
Jago, you need to
rubber
get
mallet can fix, right?
Right. All right.
get a Microsoft Halo Infinite fridge now.
Yes. All right.
Series X fridge.
Question for the panel and for the chat. If you had to pick someone from the present or past to be your mentor, who would it be and why? It's a good one. Who wants to take a stab at that one first?
How about you, Mike?
Oh.
Does it have to be someone realistic? Could be from movie, game,
Well,
or-
it does say
for life?
someone from the present or past. So I would say somebody realistic.
So I can't say Cortana.
No, you can't say Cortana. I would honestly want to pick the brain and mentor with Bruce Lee.
Mm.
I've always been a fan of the martial arts. I studied it when I was younger. I studied, I read his books. I studied Kempo. A lot of similarities in it. And have always admired of everyone his style, and I've watched. I see him, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The
Infinite. He's like the ultimate mentor in movies.
Yeah, so I would go him. I would go Bruce Lee, and I would sit down and I would do an interview with him, much like Dick Cavett did. I mean, his Dick Cavett interview was like just awe-inspiring. So me, it would be Bruce Lee. Lupa, by the way, says Stephen Fry. I like Stephen Fry too. Michael Garvey says Theodore Roosevelt. Very nice. That's a nice pick. Pong Soul says, "Do we travel back to the past to be with them?" No, it's just well, I guess if they were still alive today, maybe, I don't know. So, all right, anybody wants to?
I'll let y'all say. So it's because I'm gonna hope y'all say somebody stupider than what I'm gonna say.
Well, at least you have something to say, because I don't have anything.
I'm stumped.
I'm the I drum to my own beat.
Stubz is
I
stumped.
don't have idols. I don't have anybody, that would like to mentor me. It's like I mind my own business.
You are
maybe
you
someone
are the
that
Nintendo.
You find interesting that
Yeah. Someone's brain you'd like to pick.
Well, I'll go real quick. James Stewart.
Ooh.
He's probably a favorite actor.
Ooh. Good choice.
He was in World War II. I think every movie I think I've seen him, I just love his style, his acting. It would be great to just pick his brain, about everything.
Do you want the moon, Chris? Do you want the moon?
Sure, I'll take it.
Nice. Nice.
I like him a lot. I've always been intrigued with him.
Okay.
But I'm
James
like
is a great
Peter.
actor.
I don't really idolize people. Only other person I was thinking of was Keanu Reeves. Because the way he carries himself.
Yeah.
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 I've read story after story after story about that.
Yeah.
It's like little when he takes pictures with females, when he puts his arm out, he does not touch them.
Yeah, he just seems like he's a very laid back, just a cool guy, just a gentleman. I'm
looking up a story that I read. I can't remember where I read it. He was driving along in a small town, and I guess they, somebody had in their yard a sign, like a yard sign, welcoming him to the neighborhood. I guess he was filming a movie in kind of a small town, and he literally stopped and went over to the house and knocked on the door and talked to the person for 10 minutes, got a picture with them and thanked them for the sign and thought it was really nice. That's just the kind of guy he is. So that would be a good pick too. Those two good picks.
So did you pick one, Peter?
No.
Okay.
Nothing. My opinions are too strong for anybody to pick anybody else's brain. It's
I hear ya.
Dubsy?
Somebody else wants to pick my brain. Maybe, I don't know.
Nice. There we go.
Lupa says Idris Elba or Tom Hardy, but not to talk to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was not the question.
That was not the question. Yobi says mine will be Tupac. Enough said. That's a good pick. Good pick.
Just make sure you're not riding next to him in a car when you're having this mentor meeting.
Pong Soul.
Just putting it out there.
Leonardo da Vinci. I think I said something like that last week. See, there you go. Garvey says I'd love to pick Peter's brain. There you go.
It's a wise answer.
Careful.
Stubsy, did you come up with somebody?
I don't know. I'm never brother. He's kind of got me.
Not even not even Mr. Bean.
No. If you were to say who would you dream of having on the Stubz cast, it'd be different.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. There you go. All right, Mav, you can't duck it anymore.
Okay, so I kept trying to think who, not necessarily who do I want to be my mentor as much as who do I want to hang out with, right? So this person I respect because they've had an amazing career ever since I was in high school, and I wanted to be that person. I was like, okay, that's what if I could do anything, that's what I would do, and that's Adam Sandler.
Wow. Okay.
I freaking love his comedy, love the movies. And he doesn't care if he makes stupid movies. Occasionally, it's just for fun. It's just
Right.
about being fun, putting positivity. And he seems like he doesn't care. He just wears whatever. He's himself all the time. Another one of those guys that's very talented, but also very humble, right? And does what he wants to do, and has fun doing it. So. That's what I want to do with whatever I do, and I think being around a guy like that would be fun to hang out with.
I mean, he's got a lot of knowledge that from a comedic and acting standpoint too.
Yeah.
So nice.
Adam Sandler's awesome.
That is not a stupid pick at all.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Well, a lot of people trash on his movies. You know.
Right. You know what
that's
though?
Acting though.
Yeah, because you know what he's not. I mean, he's not a method actor. He is not a one-trick pony, at all. I mean, yeah, he's made some clunkers, no doubt, but he's also made some really good movies, and they haven't all been comedy. So yeah. Nothing wrong with that. All right, well, since the left side of the room didn't come up with one, that's so. All right,
Peter says I'm the mentor.
That's right. That's what he said. So, hey man, I like the moxie. All right. So as we do here to finish up the night, see, Jago said Bruce Lee too. See. All right. So as we have been doing the last few weeks, and like, Yobi says, why do I hate the word bangers? Seriously, because it's a dumb word for games.
It's true.
It's just not a good. This game is a banger. I don't. Sorry. Maybe I'm just old. I'm not up on the hip lingo.
I think it's been overplayed though. I mean, maybe a couple years, 3 years ago, so it was said a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
AAA bangers.
Right, and AAA too is getting played out now.
It is.
AAA bangers.
Yeah.
That's a made-up word, quadruple A.
Yeah.
Right, like a game, like a game like Plague's Tale, or a game like what was I just playing that was, a game like Plague's Tale. That's not, that's not made by Ubisoft Massive Studios, but I'm enjoying the absolute crap out of it, and I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it to the end. I'm actually gonna go play it when we're done. I'm over these.
Bangers and mash.
Same thing. What I have with
Bangers and mash. There you go.
I just love that game.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't. I just am not down with the word banger to describe a game. A game is either good or it's not. It's great, excellent, top notch. Banger, I can't do it. So, Shondell. Shondell, how you doing, man? It's been too long. Yeah. It's been way too long since Shondell has been in one of our chat rooms.
Hey,
way too long.
Was he in that video?
The one that just came out?
The one last week?
I don't think he was in last week's. Which, by the way, gents, we're in another Intellivision video.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. Congrats, guys.
Yeah,
awesome.
physical media.
Congratulations.
Yeah. The only time I want bangers is if my wife is asking me. Thank you.
I don't it's if it's fun for people saying it, like it doesn't bother me, Thank you, by the way, Shondell Rivers, for backing me up on the Adam Sandler train.
He loved, and his favorite movie is Pixels. So, yeah. All right, so when we get Yobi on the show, that we're having the banger debate. That's we've got a built-in topic. So,
That's gonna
okay.
be a banger of a show. So good.
Yeah.
All right. So, final thoughts from everybody can be whatever you want. Gaming, not gaming, just, a final thought to leave our wonderful chat room with and our viewers and fun people with, just to take with them. So we'll start with our guests. Stubz, a final thought for the week.
So obviously you're talking about the subject of bangers. I'm not going to get into it, but recently I've been opening my mind to more indie games and think people should open their minds to playing a variety of games, whether they're hard or easy, because it will make you a more rounded gamer, and that's what I've been trying to do. Because in general, like last year, I didn't really complete many games. In general, which looks really bad because I'm a podcaster, but I do feel that people should open their minds, because there is certain people that will only play AAA games, but there is so many great games out there that are little independent studios that really deserve your time and energy. So I just feel that they deserve if you want to give them kind of games a go ahead. And I just feel the gaming community is an amazing place. The community has made me feel welcome for quite a while now. It's I can't remember how long I've been in the community now, but it's been quite a while, even before I started podcasting or producing content. But the gaming community we have here in NLG Gamers Guild, the whole community is at large. On Twitter, who I don't mean the whole gaming community, but within our area, it's a really good place. I've made loads of friends. I just feel that reach out to people, because I've made no end of friends by DMing people. It's how I've met. I think that's how I got to know Mav. You, Fastback, everyone. In the end, really, that's how I done it. Turn up in chat rooms. Just feel that in this world at the minute, like especially in Britain, because we're in lockdown, you're not supposed to go out really unless you go to work. That gaming's opened up a world for most people, because very nasty. In reality, you lot might know it. I'm like married and that now. I've got kids and that, and I don't. In reality, I don't have a lot of friends, but in gaming community, online and podcasting, I have loads of friends, and that are genuine, that want to know you. So yeah, they're my final thoughts.
Nice, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Mav, final thoughts.
This was fun. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me to the guild. Adam Sandler again is awesome. And Stubz, super happy that you are the guy that we got welcomed into the Gamers United Guild together, and
yes,
so that will forever link us in a way, and I am proud of that. So super happy to be associated with all you guys. Shout out to the amazing people in the chat who are always part of this community, spreading positivity and fun, talking about a hobby that we all love and enjoy thoroughly. It's also, this conversation got spread into other things like movies and stuff like that. So reminder, everybody, we also have a movie and TV show podcast coming that I'm going to be doing with 3-Bit and Psychonauts. That's going to start in February. So looking forward to that, where we can have more of that kind of James Bond talk and stuff like that. So super excited to get that going. And thank you again, guys, for having me and Stubz on this show today to kind of, I guess, celebrate the joining of the guild. And now I just want to know, what was the voting process like? Did y'all have to wear robes and cut your fingers and
wait for the smoke to show?
Let the blood drip into the right bowl of who you're voting for? I don't know what the process was like. And what do I do next? Do I have to show up to somewhere
Sacrifice a
like
goat.
once every other day, and you know,
Sacrifice
do I have to pay fees? I mean, I need more information. No, super happy to be part of this, guys. So thanks for having me.
Just all hell Jay.
And
hell
so
yeah.
so
Welcome to the cult.
yep, as
Yeah,
Infinite
graphic
as
class.
yeah, as Infinite pointed out, was I was going to point out, don't worry about how we voted you in, just worry about the hazing to come. So Chris.
I guess Stubz and Matt kind of said a lot about the community, and but I kind of want to go with after seeing, especially after seeing with everything with the whole COVID deal and how it's affected a lot of people. I'm starting to see more people at where I work. People come down with it, and then we had Indie Gamer, his sister. I just want to wish everybody peace and health, and hopefully we can all get through this together, and tag along with what like Stub was saying. You guys and the people in the guild and so on in the chat, and so really good friends that I look forward to interacting with weekly. It's kind of I love my family and my coworkers, but you guys, really make my week and a day or weekend, just getting together, interacting with each other in chat and so on. And I just want to wish everybody in the gaming community that's been affected by COVID-19 and so on, I just hope we can get through this year, with peace and love and healthy, and hopefully at some point, I don't know, maybe at the end of the year, maybe early next year, I can finally meet Mike and Peter.
That would be awesome.
In person. So
Yeah.
and of course everybody. I would love to meet everybody here. It'd be great if we all just met at a PAX, or some kind of gaming convention,
Well, I was supposed to meet Indie Gamer and all that down in London, but then COVID happened, because we got a show in Britain called EGX, and I was going to go, and obviously that all got cancelled last year, obviously, But I have met Mass Mayhem before. Very nice guy. He is.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to appreciate everybody here. That I think we fostered a great positive community where we can all respect each other's differences and enjoy each other's what we all come together because we all enjoy having fun gaming, and that's what's most important. So
It's true.
and that's my final thought.
Yeah, we all love playing those bangers.
Careful.
No. Peter?
No, it's just life can be crazy and busy and hectic, and it's nice to at night to hook up with all you guys doing the show, having great chats, gaming with you guys. It's relaxing and kind of keeps you sane. So appreciate you all, and it's good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
That's it all. Oh.
Awesome, man.
I first off, I want to, once again, welcome, with just energy, the energy and positivity and all the good things that brought you, Mav, and you, Stubz, to us, over your podcasts and your, the gaming nights, and, just talking to you guys online, and I said this last week, and like Stubz, you're one of the ones that I was referring to when I said, when Twitter banned me, the reason that I actually have the farther away from it I am, the less I have cared about the fact that they did it, is that Stubz, you came and found me in Discord. Like as soon as you heard, you were like, "Where's Mike?" And then you came and found me.
Yeah, you're good, mate. I mean, over time, obviously, we didn't know each other that well to start with. We used to watch NLG, and then you came on the show. And ever since then, we try and talk as much as we can. But you're a great guy. You represent. You're a big part of the community, and I thank you for inviting me into the Gamers Guild. It means a lot. I mean, I don't know if did you hear my reaction to getting in the guild?
I heard about it. I need to go back and listen to it.
Because my watch time minutes have shot up. I don't know if people have heard it.
All you can hear in the background was the squeal. It's like,
wait.
Yeah, and that's right. They did this. They did this nonsense to Jago too, but they never told me what I did. Nobody. I have put in multiple appeals, and apparently I am persona non grata to Twitter. So to heck with it. I use the OG NLG one to tweet out news and retweet stuff, and you know what though? Except for you guys, I'm trying to follow everybody in the guild, but that feed mostly follows just companies. It doesn't even follow like Phil and Aaron and the guys that followed me on my personal Twitter. And my Twitter feed is, my Twitter experience now is so much different, and I'm in such better mood. But I want to thank you guys, and to that point, Stubz, one of the things that struck me as part of what a community is, this is my final thought, is how welcoming people have been. That first night I played with Mav, with you and that entire gang, how welcoming you guys were to me. That's something that Jago, I will, I promise. That meant a lot, and that's why I keep coming back. There's some guys in the chat room, and some of them have just jumped in here. Retro Advisory Board, Bacon Ice Cream Productions, OEB Pete, Go Game Go, Geeks with Cash. On the Amico side, George Games, these guys also just outright accepted me and accepted Chris and Peter. I'm on their Amico All Access show, and just the community that I've moved from and moved into over the last year has made me a happier person than I've been in a long time. And especially with everything that's going on with COVID and some outer things, this has been my escape. And so when I think of community, and we always talk about the Xbox community and the PlayStation community and Nintendo community, if they have one, PC Master Race and all that stuff, my community is this. Exactly what we're doing tonight. I was like so energetic to be here tonight, because I'm always with my brothers, Chris and Peter, no matter what. But then I said, you know what? I have no idea what the hell we're going to talk about tonight, but Mav and Stubz will be on, and this show is going to be awesome. And it was. The people in the chat make this worth it for me. You guys make this worth it for me. And without this, I don't know what I would be doing. I don't know. I don't think I would be as happy as I am now. So community for me is a big thing, and I can't thank you guys enough for accepting me into your community. So that's my final thought for the week. So, nope, I'm not crying this week, De Niro. I'm just telling you.
He wants to make a meme of you. He's trying to capture.
Telling you. So, hey, George, and thank you again, George, for joining Friends of NLG. It was late that I saw it. You'll be in the next outro video, I promise. Dreadpool, welcome, brother. Dreadpool's another one, just great all around guy. The guys that I've made friends with the Gaming Beyond the Box folks, Wilmy and Fork and Husk and these guys.
Yeah.
There's Pete. So again, OEB Pete's back. Mav, I'm gonna try to get him into if maybe not this Friday if he's busy, but if he's not busy Friday after his show, I'm gonna get him in to play Halo with us.
Heck yeah.
So anyway, but Lupa and everybody, that's my final thought is that the community that I've gotten into, that you guys have accepted me into, is bar none made me a happier person. So.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's what it's all about. We do this to be happy and have fun, play games, talk about it, have some fun speculation.
Yeah.
I knew I'd put that in there somewhere.
All right, so I'm gonna get us out of here so that we can go off and maybe play some Plague's Tale or play some other stuff. Mav, you've been streaming a lot, so that I want to tell everybody in the chat, thank you so much once again for being with us. You guys rock. I want to thank the friends of NLG, all of you guys that green with the little. I love it. Don't forget, I've put new icons in there for you, for emojis for you guys to play with. Don't forget. So since we're talking about the Gamers United Guild, so content all over the place. Tomorrow night at 8:00 is PM in the PM with OEB Pete and Michael Garvey. That has quickly become one of my favorite shows. And then after that, we head on over to Mav's channel for Xbox Ultimate with Mav and Pong and Lupa and 3-Bit. And who else? Who was your special guest tomorrow?
Spooky Sprocket.
Spooky. Oh, yeah.
Don't forget Caitlin, too.
And Caitlin, of course. And that's at 9:00. And then after that, it's Xbox Ultimate After Gaming, where we're gonna have some fun. On Saturday, is there an indie show Saturday?
No.
Chris?
No.
Okay, so coming up soon will be an indie show, but Sunday is there's no Amico All Access, I believe, this Sunday because we're going every other week for now. So Sunday night at 9:00 is the other Xbox podcast in the Gamers United Guild, and that is TXR, one of the great Xbox shows out there. Now we got two unbelievable Xbox shows. On Monday there's nothing, but on Tuesday is the double feature of Four Guys with Quarters at 5:00. Unbelievable show. I think Pong, Mav, you're a part of Four Guys now, right?
Yes.
So you'll be on
doing
there.
that for a couple months now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you'll be on there, and then at 7:00, the boys of beer, hide your kids, hide your wife, get your headphones, grab a beer, Retro Renegades time, and then we'll be back. Actually, Stubsy, you're on Wednesdays, right, with Midweek Gaming, right?
Yeah, 5 p.m. EST. On. Yeah.
And then we'll be back next Thursday night. And special guest next Thursday night, making his 2021 return to our show. Our brother, formerly from Warhorse Studios, now the man kicking Fexture Life to the next level. Great friend of ours, Rick Lagnese, will be with us. And then we got people banging on the door to come on the show. Yobi wants to be on. We gotta have to have Pong on at some point. He's on every other show, so we may as well, And we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling. So, Chris, Peter, brothers, once
Awesome
again,
Thursday night.
Yeah.
it really was. All right, I'm gonna get us out of here. Project Jeff, what's up, man? I thought I saw you pop in. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, tell a friend. If you are up for it, we do have this great Friends of NLG membership. It's only $2 a month. I don't think we're gonna do any other tiers. It's just for, we're putting all of that back into the channel. In fact, we figured out a way to give Jay some money. So whether he likes it or not, So
Thanks for the invite, though. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed
Stubbsy,
coming on
thanks for
tonight.
coming on, and Mav, thanks for coming on. Would love you guys. I look forward to being on Xbox Ultimate again, and Stubbs, we got to do another Stubbs cast at some point. We got to get Peter on the Stubbs cast. He's the only one left.
You can pick his brain.
Yes.
Yeah, he wants to be everybody's mentor.
That's right.
Yes.
Back says, I'll admit, Mike, the first night we did one more, I jumped on even though I needed to go to bed because I hadn't played online with you yet. That was just that whole one more thing was just one of my favorite things. And then playing Mario themes for them while we're waiting.
It's become a thing now. It's like every week now, you know.
Yeah, I have to come up with a new song for you. So
yeah, we need last week you played Indiana Jones for me.
Yes, I did. I told you I would.
How about play something from one of the Bond songs next week?
I could do that. Okay, you got it. One Bond theme coming up.
Yeah,
I got you.
Mike,
all right, let's get on out of here, everybody. Have a great weekend. Make it a gaming weekend. Tomorrow night's packed full of shows. We'll see you in the chat room. And play on, gamers.
Hang on, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.